All right, today we're going to talk about a journey that I think every serious trader needs to take, the leap from being a manual trader to becoming an automated pro. We're going to dig into the real reasons most strategies fail, and more importantly, how a system can fix almost all of them. Let's dive in. So, let me ask you a question. Right off the bat, think about it. You've got a strategy. It looks good on paper, you know the rules, but then, in the real world, things fall apart. Why? What is that number one thing that tanks a good plan? And here it is, the hard truth. Most of the time, the problem isn't the set of rules you're following. The real weak link, well, it's us. It's the person clicking the mouse. Our own emotions, our own biases, they're what really sabotage an otherwise solid system. Which brings us to the first major hurdle, and it's a big one, the emotional roller coaster. This is that constant, exhausting psychological battle that every single manual trader fights every single day, whether they like to admit it or not. And these should look pretty familiar. You know, you score a big win and suddenly you feel invincible, so you start over trading. Or how about this one? You're in a great trade, but you're so scared of giving back the profit that you close it way too early. And the flip side is just as bad, holding on to a loser, just hoping it'll turn around. And of course, the classic, getting emotional and throwing way too much risk on one trade you just know is a winner. See, none of these are strategy problems, they're emotional problems. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the human trader. We're driven by this messy mix of fear, greed, and hope. And the result is total inconsistency. But look at the right side. The automated system, it doesn't feel a thing. It operates on pure rules, cold hard logic, and data. And what does that give you? Perfect consistency every single time. Okay, so even if you could somehow master your emotions and become a trading robot, you still run into another wall. A physical one. You just can't be in front of the screen all the time. It's impossible. Think about it. The global markets, especially something like Forex, they're running 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. They don't take coffee breaks, they don't sleep. But you have to. And this is where automation just completely changes the game. Your system becomes the perfect employee. It's watching the market and executing your strategy while you're at your day job, while you're sleeping, while you're on a beach somewhere. It never gets tired. And it never misses an opportunity that your strategy is designed to catch. And that leads to this huge advantage, scalability. As a human, you can maybe keep a close eye on one or two charts at a time. But a system, it can take your one great strategy and apply it across dozens of currency pairs, on multiple time frames, and even manage several accounts all at once. That's a level of leverage that is just physically impossible for a person. All right, so we've laid out the problems pretty clearly. Emotions and physical limits. So now, let's talk about the solution. Let's talk about building an absolutely unbreakable foundation for your trading. Your risk management has to be non-negotiable. For a manual trader, discipline is everything, and it can fail. But for an automated system, the risk rules are hard-coded. It will never miss a stop loss because it got scared or hopeful. It will never use the wrong lot size because it got greedy. It just follows the rules with perfect, unemotional precision. This brings us to a really tough question, one that, if we're being honest, most manual traders just can't answer. After a month of trading, how do you know, with cold, hard data, that your strategy actually has an edge? Or are you just hoping it does? Well, with automation, you get the superpower of backtesting. You can take your idea and run it against years of historical data. And in minutes, you get a report card like this. You get concrete numbers. You know your win rate. You know your profit factor, which here at 1.8 means for every dollar you risked, you made $1.80 back. And you see your max drawdown, the worst slump you would have hit. This isn't guessing anymore. This is running a data-driven business. Okay, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking right now. This all sounds great, but there's been one massive wall that has kept 99% of traders from even trying this, and we're about to smash right through it. This is the thought that stops so many talented traders in their tracks. I'm a trader, not a coder. I wouldn't even know where to begin. And you know what? For years, that was a totally fair point. It was a huge barrier. But not anymore. Things have changed. The rise of no-code automation platforms means that excuse is officially gone. You're not writing lines of complex code. You're building your strategy with visual blocks, kind of like putting Legos together. The barrier is gone. Now you can focus on what you're good at, the strategy. So let's wrap this all up. This isn't about replacing the trader with a machine. It's not about you versus a robot. It's about creating a powerful partnership, a synthesis that gets you to a truly professional level. And this right here is the main takeaway. This is what professional trading looks like today. Your experience, your intuition, your skill at reading the market, that's what creates the strategy. That's your secret sauce. The automation is just the tool you use to execute that strategy with a level of discipline and scale that no human can ever match. It's truly the best of both worlds. So I'll leave you with this one final question to think about. You've spent hours, days, years building your knowledge, honing your edge. Your strategy is smart. There's no question about that. The only question left is your execution just as smart?